Let's talk about setting up classes on your Moodle site. That way when students log in for the first time to your Moodle page, they will go into the class that you want them to go into rather than you have to go in and type in all of your student names at one point in time. So what we're going to do first is we are going to go into our class. And over here on the left-hand side under where it says Administration, you are going to click on Groups. You're going to come to this page. And what we want to do is we want to set up each one of your classes, and you want to give them a distinct name, whether it's just first hour, second hour, third hour, or you want to give the name of your class. For instance, if you were teaching algebra first hour, algebra second hour. However you want to decide to name your groups is up to you. But what you're going to do is click on Create Group. From here, you'll name it. So I'm just going to name my first group First Hour. I'm going to give a description, so it's going to be first hour technology development. Here's the most important part, and I'm going to click unmask here so you can see what I'm typing. You need to use a password that is the same beginning and a numeral at the end that matches the class period that you're using this for your class. For instance, and this will make sense here, more sense here in a minute, but I'm going to use the password let me in as my password, but I'm going to assign for my first group let me in 1. And then I'm going to click Save Changes. You can add a picture to your group if you would like to or wouldn't, or if you don't have to. I'm going to create another group just so you can see, and I'm going to call it Second Hour. Now, for the enrollment key, again, I'm going to unmask it. I'm going to call it Let Me In 2. See how the 2 corresponds with my second hour. That's only something that you need to know for yourself. Again, I'm going to save changes. Now, what this does for your class, once you've created all your groups and you've got all your passwords, you'll come back to this page. Make sure that you write down all of your passwords for each class period. Because at the beginning, if we go back to our class, when a student logs into your page for the first time, they're going to ask to be enrolled into your class. If you don't have a password set up for your class, they'll just automatically be enrolled in the main class area. They're not even in a group. If you have a password set for your class, so if I go into Settings, and I scroll down, and you will see somewhere in here there is a enrollment key right here. If you type in an enrollment key when the student logs in the first time, they will have to unmask it again. They will have to type in your password. Now, whatever your enrollment key is, if that matches one of your group's enrollments, then that student will automatically be put into that group. So for the first class period of the day, I'm going to type in let me in 1 is the password for my class, and I'm going to save the changes. So now when a student comes in and logs into my class for the first time, then in their first hour, I'm going to tell them the password to get in my class is let me in 1. They'll go in, and then they'll automatically be added to first hour. Now at the end of first hour, before second hour comes in, I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to Settings, and I'm going to go down to Enrollment Key. I'm going to unmask it, and I'm going to change it to my second hour password, which is let me in 2. I'm going to click Save Changes. Now when second hour comes in, they're going to ask what's the enrollment key. You're going to tell them the enrollment key is let me in 2, and then when you go back into your groups, all of those students will be added into here. Now this will take you a couple days probably because you'll have maybe a kid absent in a class, but it's a lot easier than you going in and typing all 150 students that you see during the day to your class. So this is a very easy, simple way to do it. Once the students have logged in once, they will never be asked for that enrollment key again. So don't worry about changing it all the time. And that's all I have really for creating a group. Hopefully, this is going to make you a little bit more successful in creating your groups, and it's definitely an easier way than you typing in your groups on your own.